Historical and cross-cultural perspectives. In the previous section, pederasty was examined within the Western, mainly Anglophone culture, with focus on assessing the clinical assumption of intrinsic pathology by studying non-clinical evidence. Not only was this evidence contradictory, it indicated that sometimes pederasty could be functional, i.e. useful or beneficial to the youth, as exemplified in the Lambert and Kohut cases. This finding segues with the present section, which examines pederasty from historical and cross-cultural perspectives, where researchers have often described functional manifestations, i.e. useful for the youth, man, and social group. The goal here, then, is to review this broader evidence and use it to reconsider Western assumptions of pathology. This evidence will be useful in examining assumed pathology at the level of both the individual, older, younger partner, and group, society. Numerous reviews examining male homosexual behavior from historical and cross-cultural perspectives have been conducted, e.g. Adam, 1985, Cardoso and Werner, 2004, Carrier, 1980, Crapo, 1995, Ford and Beach, 1951, Greenberg, 1988, Gregerson, 1983, Hurt, 1991, 97, Murray, 2000, Murray and Roscoe, 1998, Werner, 2006. These reviews have described a multitude of societies in the recent and distant past in which pederastic behavior was commonplace or institutionalized. For the present review, 33 of them from across the globe were selected for illustration and analysis. See Table 3. Europe, n equals 5, North Africa, Western and Central Asia, n equals 2, Sub-Saharan Africa, n equals 4, Southeast Asia, n equals 6, Melanesia, Australia, n equals 9, Polynesia, n equals 1, and the Americas, n equals 6. Some of these societies were small in territory and number of inhabitants, e.g. the various Melanesian tribes, whereas others were vast geographically and in population, e.g. the Muslim culture across North Africa and into Western and Central Asia. Many other pederastic societies have been described and could have been included. For example, beyond the 9 Melanesian Australian cultures in Table 3, at least 50 others with institutionalized pederasty have been studied. Hurt, 1997. Murray, 2000, reviewed 18 sub-Saharan African cultures beyond the 4 included here. 5 Southeast Asian cultures were included, but many others also had a tradition of pederasty. Greenberg, 1988, Hurt, 1997. Given that Amazonia had a pattern of pederasty similar to that in Melanesia, Hurt, 1987, many more examples from the Americas could have been included. Importantly, the current list with its varied examples is likely to be representative of other societies with institutionalized or culturally widespread pederasty because all of these societies tended to have much in common structurally and in the way pederasty occurred. Adam, 1985, Crapo, 1995, Murray, 2000. In column 2 of Table 3, the typical beginning and ending ages of boys' participation in pederasty are provided where they were available or could be estimated. The mean beginning and ending ages were respectively 10.72, n equals 25, SD equals 1.77, and 16.35, n equals 20, SD equals 2.74, and the corresponding median ages were 12 and 17. One society, East Bay, was mostly pedophilic in form, ages 7 to 11. In the several other societies with beginning ages under 10, these lower ages represented extremes rather than norms. For example, Sambian boys began somewhere from 7 to 10, but generally toward 10, so 7 was an extreme. Hurt, 1997, and boys in Muslim cultures could begin as young as 8, but the most common interest was in boys from about 11 to 15. Rueheb, 2005. In short, the typical age pattern in these societies generally indicates that the interest or practice began with peripubescence and ended with later adolescence.